Now let's talk about precision of a compass reading. Let us note in this part that compass is not really an instrument of precision. When using a magnetic compass, precise work should not be attempted or expected. Kasi yung paggamit ng compass ay hindi talaga recommended for laying out directions dahil may iba-ibang klase ng precision ang nire-require ng most modern engineering constructions, and yung magnetic compass is only designed para gamitin sa mga ordinary surveys na nagre-require ng low accuracy and precision. An accurate quantitative statement regarding the accuracy of compass surveys could not be made because of the varying conditions that affects this type of work. It would be safe, however, to say na yung attainable error of closure na makukuha natin in most compass surveys ay magpo-fall within 1/500 hanggang 1/1000 lamang. So such accuracy will only be suitable for surveys such as preliminary surveys, reconnaissance surveys, exploratory surveys required in geologic forestry work, and surveys that are required in highways, transmission lines, railways, and other similar purposes, since this type of surveys only requires low accuracy and precision.
Sources of error in compass work. There are various sources of errors and mistakes related to the use of magnetic compass. Some of these are listed as follows. First is the bent needle. Bent needle basically means that the needle isn't perfectly straight. So when a compass is used with a bent needle, an error or mistake with the result in reading might happen. To avoid this, a tool named pliers may be used to straighten a bent needle. Next is the bent pivot. When a magnetic compass has a bent pivot, a variable systematic error happens. The magnitude of the error will depend upon the direction in which the sight is made. If a compass has a bent pivot, you may straighten by the use of your hand or a pair of pliers. Next is the sluggish needle. When the magnetism of the needle is weak, it tends to log and move in sluggish manner. When this happens, random error or mistake may happen to the result since the needle doesn't exactly point at the magnetic meridian. To solve this, a weak needle may be remagnetized by drawing its end over a bar magnet from the center to the ends of the magnet. It must be seen to it that the needle is lifted while above the magnet on each return stroke during remagnetizing. Next is the plane of sight, not the vertical. You will know if the plane of sight is not vertical when you try to observe the direction of the line of sight of a compass, and you'll see that it's steeply inclined or its sight vanes are bent. To make sure that it is vertical, it must be tested by aligning with a plumb line when the compass is leveled. Next is electrically charged compass box. An electrically charged compass box happens when the glass cover of the compass box becomes slightly charged with electricity because its surface was rubbed. The compass box might attract the magnetic needle and cause it to stick, which may possibly make an error or mistake to the result. To stop this from happening, touching the glass cover with a moistened finger will remove static electricity. Next is the local attraction. The correct pointing of magnetic needle toward magnetic north is usually affected by different forms of local attraction, such as power transmission lines, items made of iron or steel, underground or deposits, and others. Compass direction should always be observed at both ends of any line to detect local attraction and to be able to make the necessary corrections and adjustments. Next is the magnetic variations. This is the error caused by the Earth's magnetic field. For a magnetic compass, the needle will point towards magnetic north rather than true north. Since most types of variations in magnetic declination can be detected, it is possible to apply corrections and perform adjustments on observed directions. And lastly, errors in reading the needle. Errors in reading the needle happens when the observer wasn't able to determine exactly where the needle points in the compass. To avoid this, the observer must make sure that the needle is level before reading. The observer should look down and along the direction of a needle and not obliquely, since this causes parallax and results in an incorrect reading.